Are you guys looking for a gimbal which can support your mirrorless camera, your compact camera, smartphone, and also GoPro? I think this is the gimbal you should be checking out right now. Welcome back guys to KL Honest Guide, and today's episode we're going to talk to you about the FeiyuTech Scorp Mini. Now let's check out the unboxing and I'll go through each component quickly. This is what you get straight from the box. You can see the gimbal out there, you can see the tripod, the base plate, the phone clamp, all the wires are included inside the little box down there. Let's go in one by one and see up close. This is the tripod here. It's around 14 centimeters long, gives you that extra length for a better grip. On the right here is the base plate, and also on the left is where we fix the camera and also the smartphone. FeiyuTech gave a phone clamp as well, but I will come back to this later. On my right hand here is the gimbal charger, and also in the box are various wires for the other devices. It also comes with a lens holder and a GoPro mount. Now let's see a closer look at this gimbal. All three axes comes with this calibration number here, makes mounting the devices much more easier. There are also locking mechanism to move the calibration plate, as you can see here. Also, all three axes can be locked to its fixed position here. Now let's see the buttons and its functions. By default, when you rotate the focus wheel, it controls the tilt axis. Then when you press that button there, it changes to the pan. Press it again, it changes control to its roll axis. This is way cool. Here we have two functions buttons. Pressing F1 twice, it changes to portrait mode for TikToks or Instagram videos. Pressing twice again, it goes back to original position. F2 button is simple enough. Pressing it once to lock screen, pressing it again to unlock screen. The trigger button here is also simple. Pressing it twice to readjust to its original position. Pressing it 3 times goes into selfie mode for vlogging. Press and hold goes into FPV mode. Speaking of FPV mode, there is a button for that here. Pressing that goes into FPV mode. If you don't want to use the touchscreen, you can always use the mode button here. Single press changes from pan follow to lock mode. Press again goes back to pan follow. If you double press, goes to pan tilt follow. If you triple click, goes to the FPV mode. Now if you want to go back to the pan follow mode, press once, then press again. This is the joystick. Push left goes left, push right goes right, push up, then push down. Record button has its function: half press to focus, full press to start and stop recording, press and hold to take photos. Now let's see the touch screen and its functions. You can see the pan follow mode there, the pan tilt follow mode, the lock mode, the FPV mode, and also the FFW mode. Swipe right, you come back to the main menu. Now let's see the follow speed options. You can choose 3 options there, so the gimbal responses from slow to fast. The scenario option, you can see that there is the time lapse there, auto rotation, panorama, portrait mode, selfie mode, and track video. The time lapse has three types: the motion lapse, static lapse, and hyperlapse. This is the auto rotation example. Then you have the panorama. In there, there's 3x3 picture stitching, 180 degrees panorama, and also you can customize. Then you have the portrait mode, the selfie mode, and the track video. Now from the main menu, if you swipe from the left edge to the right, you come up to the manual adjusting of the ISO, shutter speed, and f-stops. Swiping from the bottom edge towards up, you open the axis manual control. Here you can adjust pan, tilt, and roll axis. Swiping from the right edge towards the left brings up the joystick and gimbal settings. Here you can adjust the joystick sensitivity. That's the gimbal setting options. By pressing more, you get to restore the default setting of the gimbal. And also you can check what version of the software the gimbal is. There are a few things that are the cons for this gimbal, because every gimbal has pros and cons. First thing is the sensitivity to the screen here. If you're looking for like Android phone or iPhone level of sensitivity touch, you won't get it in this gimbal, because this gimbal you have to do quite a few times. But if you are used to it, then you know how it goes, so it's like that. The second thing is the balancing actually. When I first got this gimbal, it took me about 15 minutes to actually level the phone and everything. But once you get used to it, you can reduce the time to about, maybe about 3 to 4 minutes to balance this out. So the balancing may take a bit more time, but if you get used to it, you practice it every day, it will be faster. And another con is that the phone clamp that FeiyuTech gives it's actually really good. It's made out of metal, but the thing is, the grip, it's not really suitable for some smartphone, especially if you're using with a phone case. If you can see here, I just clamped the phone. Not sure whether you can see that it doesn't really support it, so it's kind of scary that after using it for a long time, the phone might just slip out. So it's quite dangerous. So I use just a normal phone clamp with extra, with an extra space, with some extra space. You can see that this is just a normal standard phone clamp with the extra space, so it really grips the phone and the phone case. You can see there. So that's another con. So at the time of recording this video, this gimbal is, I think it's almost 1 month since its launch. So the price that I bought this is still in the Kickstarter price range right now. So if you're really interested, please check it out. Go to their page, go to the FeiyuTech page, check it out, and try to get it before, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they will change the price. Go in there and check it out and see for the FeiyuTech Scorp Mini. Now the question is, who is this gimbal for? So if you have a mirrorless camera, a GoPro, and of course you have a phone with you, this gimbal is designed, is built, is marketed to support all four. Not all cameras can be supported, so you have to go and check out in their website that they have a list of cameras and also lenses, which comes next to the next point here, which is the payload. So the thing about this gimbal is, which is really impresses me, is that it can hold up to 1200 grams or 1.2 kilograms. So this tiny gimbal, the Scorp Mini, can support that weight. I'm a heavy phone user, so I use a phone, a phone case, a lens, and also an ND filter. So that is really a heavy setup, and this gimbal can support that. So well done, FeiyuTech, well done. Now, if you like what you're watching right now, please subscribe, hit the little bell. I'll be doing more on a deep dive on this gimbal here. It's quite good, it's really solid and nice. So there'll be more videos coming soon on this gimbal. That's all for this episode. This is a very fast review on this gimbal. I am Razif and see you in the next episode. This is Cal Honest Guide. Stay curious, my friends.